Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Kyle. Welcome back to another episode of DIY Buildouts. In today's episode, we are going to be installing a mesh network system here in my house. And for my house, I went with the AmpliFi Alien kit. This is a top-of-the-line mesh network system, Wi-Fi 6, blazing fast speeds. So if you want to see how it performs, stay tuned. Here we go. Now, some of you may be familiar with what Wi-Fi 6 is and what Wi-Fi 5 is, but for those of you that don't know, basically Wi-Fi 6 is a significantly faster of Wi-Fi technology than Wi-Fi 5. One thing I love about this particular mesh network is the LCD display on the front. It makes it really easy to navigate through. You can run a speed test directly on the front interface, so you're not trying to go through an app and guess what you're getting. You can check all of your network activity on a tab if you want to see what's going up and down. You can check your Wi-Fi experience by each individual device on a rating with the little star count there. You can also see the number of devices and a name for each device along with an IP address for each device that's connected to your network. Along with that, you have a nice settings section that you can configure digitally. You can adjust the brightness of the screen. You can also adjust the volume that the device makes. And finally, you can adjust this cool little halo ring that they put on the bottom. I usually keep mine around 3. Anything brighter than that is usually a little too bright, especially when the lights get turned off. Then on the back of the actual router, you have 4 Ethernet ports that you can hardwire into. And then on the bottom, you have your power cord and your Ethernet that goes to the modem itself. On the extra mesh unit, it does not have an LCD display, but it shows you a nice bar input as to its signal strength. And on the back of this, it has a power cord and 1 Ethernet adapter if you want to hardwire. Now, I ran a bunch of different speed tests. This one is right next to my modem/router, and then right after that, it's next to the actual Alien router. There was a significant throughput difference. We're talking over 600 megs down after I installed the Alien. Now, this is upstairs in my office. This is going through the MeshPoint, and that made a significant difference as well, getting close to 600. Now, here's 10 feet away from the Alien router to see if there is any significant drop-off, which there is not, which I was very happy with. And finally, there's 30 feet away from the router, and again, if you're line of sight, I don't expect much drop-off, but here we have 520. Regarding the actual app on the phone, it's really seamless. You just load it up. It tells you your signal strength between the two devices. You can see at the top whether it's too close or too far away. You can map things to either 5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz if you need to. Then you can also check the performance and run speed tests right on the app if you didn't want to go downstairs and see your LCD display. Then you can set up guest networks. You can generate codes, or you can do guest access for limited windows like I was saying before. This is super handy when you want to use it. Then you have your device list. It shows you all of your individual devices, and you can prioritize devices, or you can set them to specific wavelengths. Okay, guys, as you can see, this thing really improved my internet connectivity. The throughput for the standard modem that I am leasing from the cable company was pretty terrible. You know, you pay for 1,000 megabytes a second, which is 1 gig a second, and I'm getting like 70 on Wi-Fi. Now, if I hardline into that and I put an Ethernet cable out and I try to get it into the MacBook Pro or MacBook Air with an adapter, sure, I'll get close to 800 or 900 megabytes a second, but I want it on Wi-Fi. That's the whole beauty of Wi-Fi 6. And knowing that this technology exists means that I want to put it in my house and I want to go wire-free as soon as possible. Therefore, this Wi-Fi 6 system is a perfect application for me. It allows me to get speeds of between 300 and 600 megabytes per second throughout my house, whether I'm right next to the router or I'm on the other side of my house. Heck, even out in my garage, my backyard, my front yard, I have a more reliable, stable connection now than I ever did before when I just had the single cable modem box that I rented from the cable company. Now, I did not get this for free. I paid the full $700 and some odd dollars myself for this device. This is not a paid promotion. This is purely me giving you an honest review of what this system can do. I know there are other systems out there like the Netgear Orbi, which through speed tests show that it does have a little better throughput all in all. But the problem with that system is that its software is behind this system's software. And I actually had bought the Orbi system before I got this. I went to Costco. I think they were selling a 3-pack of their K852s. it was like $500. And I thought, oh, this is a great deal. I'll save $200 and let's roll with it. I tried setting it up. It was an absolute nightmare. The software, the app, everything about it just wasn't really well invested in. It wasn't clean and thorough for me. So I ended up returning that platform and getting this guy for the extra money. And I can honestly tell you that AmpliFi and the guys over at Ubiquiti have done an amazing job with their app, have done an amazing job with the whole streamlined setup process. It was 3 cables, a download of an app, and it was online and blazing fast right out of the gate. For simplicity purposes, I've gone ahead and I've thrown a link to this product in the description of this video, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. Okay guys, well that wraps up this episode of DIY Buildouts. Look, I know this is a little different, but hey, I figured if anybody needs a mesh Wi-Fi system in their house and they're wondering, what am I going to do? What system should I look at? There are tons of videos out there that compare them all. This is a video specific to my application. I landed on this after trying about 4 different mesh network systems, and this one was the best for me because I know I'm going to be able to use it for the next 5 to 6 years without any interference of technology running out ahead of me. Now that I have new laptops, phones, and a mesh network system, I'm pretty much good to go for a while. If you guys have any comments or questions about this particular device, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get back to each and every one of them. If you guys have any suggestions about videos you want me to post, leave those in the comments below as well. As always, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload future projects, and make sure you give that a big thumbs up if you don't mind me shamelessly plugging, because YouTube will promote my video more. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.